Hey everybody, welcome back to another 1RC YouTube channel video. Today we've got a slight update on our Redcat shredder. Made a few changes since the last video, most notably these Proline Trencher X 3.8 inch tires on Raid 8x32 wheels. Inside that wheel is an aluminum hex adapter for 17mm hexes. I did have one plastic adapter break with this car. This car is heavy though, so I can't excuse me, I can't complain that it broke. It was under a lot of stress and it just couldn't quite handle it. So bigger wheels and tires. These are the belted version. Not that this car needs it. You know, last time out we were getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 miles an hour. The stock tires weren't going to balloon at that speed anyway. We do have a large steel chassis brace that goes from front to rear, connects the two shock towers, keeps the chassis from being able to flex front to back. The biggest thing there is that seems to be what causes the diffs to blow in this car. So if you can keep the front to rear chassis flex to a minimum, the drivetrain's a lot happier. This was just hardware store stuff. It's just a piece of steel tubing, a piece of 1/4 inch all thread, some washers, and some lock nuts. It just ties the front and rear shock towers together, keeps them from being able to move together or come apart. That's really all it's there for. Inside the center diff, we have 2 million weight diff oil to try to prevent the front tires from ballooning as bad. And we've got 50,000 weight at the front and rear. Beyond that, truck is completely stock, still running on 4S power. I do have my Radiolink RC6 GS V3 bound to an R4 FGM micro gyro receiver. That was just because that's my favorite radio, so it's a lot easier just to throw a receiver in here than deal with stock electronics. I wasn't a big fan of the stock Redcat radio myself, but it does the job, I guess. We're going to switch over to the GoPro and see how these new tires fare. I've ran it up and down the street a few times just checking trims and things, but I haven't actually taken it out for a proper bash with the new tires. So stick around, let's see how this goes. Okay, we'll see how this goes. It's a definite uptick in traction, despite being as dusty as it is. One thing I am noticing is every stab of the throttle, the car is steering left or right without me putting any input in. And this is something that I had trouble with the landslide, the other 8th scale Redcat that I've got. The speed control is based on a Hobbywing SC8, and it's just not, with vehicles this weight, it doesn't seem to be a high enough amperage ESC. The SC8 is an 80 amp. Well, the one that this is based on is an 80 amp ESC. And under heavy loads, it browns out pretty bad. So it looks like I'm going to have to probably put an external BEC on this truck and the landslide, to be honest. And that may just be a side effect of the heavier tires putting more strain on the motor. I mean, it's still fairly sprightly despite the heavy weight of these tires. I will say I'm having a hard time keeping up with it in the dust here. And anybody who knows me in real life knows, you know, I struggle with vision issues, and dealing with, especially conditions like this where we have the car going in and out of daylight, out of light and shadow. The 2 million weight seems to have helped the diffing out. You know, I'm able to get all 4 tires spinning. It's a little easier to control, not having to fight the front end. You know, I've got to say, for what this truck cost, you know, 300 bucks. And the amount of fun that you can have with it, you know, it handles well. It looks pretty good. I mean, you know, that's subjective, but it handles well. It's got good power. Sometimes it flips over. You know, it handles good. It has good power. For 300 bucks, you can't beat it. I mean, granted, I had batteries for it already, but you know, even at that, with the price of lithium batteries these days, eat up here. The price of lithium batteries these days, you're still looking at less than 400 bucks for a charger, 2 batteries, and a ready-to-run 6th scale truck. Now, if you don't treat it like Kevin Talbot, like you hate it, you know, take it out to a skate park and thrash it into the ground, or you know, you treat it with a modicum of respect, and you know, you've got a great little basher for a little bit of nothing. I mean, this is cheaper than a brushless 10th scale Traxxas Stampede, of which I also have one, and I love that little truck, but I mean, this thing's a 6th scale for less money. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say no. Not really much else to say about the truck. Once we get a proper BEC in the truck and can take it somewhere that we have some varied terrain to actually put these Badlands to the test on. Anybody that has followed along with the website knows that I am a big proponent of the Proline Badlands off-road tire. That is my go-to for general bashing. Oh, I think we might actually have got a piece of debris, rock or something inside of the inside the chassis here. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the Badlands. Anybody that knows me knows that I will recommend that tire no matter what scale that you're running. I've had Badlands going all the way back to the original 8th scale buggy ones that came out in like 04. I've yet to find something that I don't absolutely love them on. So once we can run this on some different terrain other than loose gravel and dust here, you know, we'll report back with my thoughts on that. But I think it's time to go give this thing a good cleaning and a once over to make sure that we didn't mess something up. But we thank you for watching today. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. We'd love to have you join our little community here. We got a great community of folks. We do thank you for watching today and hope you have a great day.